And in your experience from working with many of these brands and founders thus far, are there some common areas where people tend to be off track with this stuff? Are there some key questions that they most commonly kind of get wrong or, think they have the answers to, but really they don't?
Yeah, and so the book is premise. It's called Mind Your Business, but the subtitle is the 5 questions you think you know the answer to, but don't. And so those 5 questions
Hmm.
are kind of those common where it's across the board. Most of these companies, regardless of size, whether it's 100, $200,000 startup, all the way up to like $100 million companies, they all kind of have these blinders when it comes to certain things. And sometimes it's not that they don't know it; it just can be really outdated where they don't have that oh, they're always looking at it. Cost of goods sold is a big one. That's kind of where I always start.
Hmm.
It's knowing your actual cost
Okay.
of goods sold. A lot of people either
Right.
don't know it or it's outdated. Like the last time I looked at it was like 2 years ago when they did the product development.
Yeah.
And then like
Got it.
margins and things like that is usually the starting point where most people don't really have a clear grasp on it.
Okay. Gotcha. So, what are some of the common problems that founders might be experiencing immediately before or around the time that they decide to reach out to someone like you and ask for help?
Yeah. So, I mean, in layman's terms, the pain point that I actually solve is when you're a CBG company, you have two kind of main risks. One is being out of stock when customers come and order product from you. And then the other one is, which they actually don't see it too much, is the excess inventory, where you have so much
Hmm.
inventory that it's tying up cash. And then when you talk about CBG space, you could be talking about expiration dates. You could be talking about, I do a lot of ice cream, so cold storage. So storage is very expensive, and that kind of stuff just erodes your margins, and that just kind of eats up your cash. And so those are the two main risks
Hmm.
that I solve. And that's why I play in that kind of like 5 million and above, because that's the pain
Hmm.
point where those problems financially start to make it worth solving. It's not a little pain, it's a lot of pain.